and I'm recording it. So I'm recording this for all the beautiful women who can't make it tonight, who would love to come, but they can't make it, and that's totally fine. We might have some women with families happening in the background. It's 6 o'clock, it's dinner time. Um, Feel free to have your camera on, your camera off, however you feel comfortable. You might even want to go to the gallery view and just have a look at all the beautiful faces that we have on here because it makes me feel really good when I see all your lovely, beautiful, smiling faces. So here we are. We've done it. We're all about firsts in this group. We just keep making things up and it just keeps flowing and growing. And I'm just so grateful to be in this very honored position to be able to create things for you and to see how much benefit it's having. And that's why I kind of thought this would be a really great opportunity to allow you, if you haven't made it yet to a gathering, this is a really great opportunity to feel into the energy of me, get to know me a little bit more, understand why and how this came about in the first place. We've got quite a few of our beautiful hosts online, so I'm really excited to that you get to meet some of them. I am going to be asking them to say hi, so that's a really awesome opportunity for you to feel into their energy if you've been thinking of going along to one of their meetups. And of course, we do have a few hosts that haven't been able to make it tonight, but they send their love and wish they were here. And as I said, it's cameras on, cameras off. Totally up to you how you feel safe in this space. It's one of the most important parts of Conscious Women Connect, that we create safe spaces where you feel really held, really heard. And so I will run a little bit of a Q&A later on. If you would love to talk on it, we'd love to hear you. If not, that's absolutely fine. If you want to jump in the chat as well, I might ask Liga, if possible, in the chat that if you can monitor that while I'm talking, and then answer anything or let me know if anyone's got any questions that are popping up during our session today. So just a quick overview of what we're going to do today. And of course, when I put it out to my beautiful hosts, what do you feel like doing? Should we do this night, this night? And most people could do this night. And of course, it's Mercury retrograde, blood full moon, and a total lunar eclipse. So we've got a lot of energies playing around tonight. So it's a really great opportunity as well for us to lean a little bit into the energies, have a little bit of connection time. I think somebody's got their microphone on. If everyone can just mute themselves, that'd be really, really helpful. And so we'll do a little bit of grounding into the space. And I'll do a little bit around, I'm no astrologer, but I'll just do a little bit around what the energies are at the moment. There is somebody with their microphone on. If you could just mute yourself, that would be great. Thank you. I'd then talk a little bit about how this came about, and and then we'll meet our beautiful hosts. So there will be an opportunity for each one of them to jump on and talk to you. If you're watching in gallery view, you might want to move it to speaker view when the hosts are talking, so then you can actually see who they are. It might get a bit lost in the gallery view to really pinpoint them, but that's entirely up to you as well. I'll talk a little bit about how this works, the new platform that we're building, and then how to get involved, whether it's coming to a gathering, whether it's being one of our hosts. Well, all is welcome. And then we'll have a little Q&A at the end just to see if anyone's got any questions or ideas. We're all ears. We'd love to hear. So tonight is really about connection and co-creation of Conscious Women Connect. This is built by women for women. So you guys are all part of this, which is so exciting. So thank you for coming along. So I'll just do a little bit about the energies just to help us feel into that just before we do a little bit of a drop-in grounded meditation. So full moon in Virgo and a blood moon as well. And Virgo energy is about health, service to others. It's about systems, and the full moon always brings things up, illuminating these parts of our life. So you might feel like your emotions are pretty heightened in one way or another around these areas. And what might be coming up is where you're overgiving, maybe you're overfixing or over controlling or trying to earn your worth from other people. So maybe just feel into that of what you are doing too much of, that you can just soften and cleanse and simplify your world a little bit. And so we're actually moved into Mercury retrograde in Pisces, which lots of people get a bit freaked out about Mercury retrogrades, but it's all down to your perception and how you flow into this. And often it can be beautiful because it brings up really important things for us to be really mindful of in our lives. So Mercury rules communication and thinking. So what might be coming up for you is really allowing you to review and reflect how you might be communicating, what you might be thinking. And the Pisces energy is that intuitive, emotional, nothing's linear. It's like you could be here and here and here. So that can make, with the thinking and the intuition and the fact that it's all being heightened, it might be a little bit foggy and a little bit slow for you at the moment. But we're in this space, we're often being asked to trust that we know what is going on, because with that non-linear, it's more this inner knowing and what's happening within our bodies and within our hearts than the logical linear way. So just allowing ourselves to just soften and go a bit slower, which, you know, it is that year of the horse pushing energy, but this particular moment is a little bit more about pausing, releasing some of these things that are coming up for us, clearing space. So there's a lot of clutter, decluttering that you might be feeling you need to do, whether that's in a relationship, in your home, in your thinking. So a really lovely opportunity to just feel into that and feel what is needing to be cleansed and just let go of at the moment. And then we have total lunar eclipse, which will be amazing if you can. I actually don't know, and maybe Liga does because she's way more across this, what time it's happening. But we've got Debbie in the weight room. I'm just going to let her in. So it might be really lovely to go and have a look at that if it's not at 4 o'clock in the morning, of course. And so what eclipses do is they intensify the full moon energy. So all those things that you have been feeling might be so much more on stalks at the moment. However, because they're bringing things up so strongly, they actually can be like really important turning points, or that massive moment of clarity that you've been waiting for. Oh, thank you. Laura said 8:50. So it's not too late for us that go to bed at 9. We can go out and have a look. Hello, Debbie. I'm glad you made it. So they're really, really beautiful opportunities because you've got like the full moon, which is saying release everything. And you've got the equinox coming up. So let's release all this now before the equinox comes through at the end of March. So it's kind of like a little bit of a pause before we fully go into that forward movement. A lot of us have been feeling it and moving with it with the year of the horse, but we have just got this little beautiful opportunity to notice what might be needing to be cleansed and decluttered, and then we can let that one go. So it kind of allows us to move when we're ready to move with that intentionality, which is some of you came to the Fire Horse Circle that I did last week, it was, or the week before, and we talked a lot about that. The year of the horse is a lot of fire fire energy, and of course with fire can come burnout. So when we're completely in alignment with the movement that we're doing, we're actually moving with the energy of the horse and not fighting against that fire and letting the fire burn us out. So this is actually, this eclipse era right now is really great for just doing a little bit more of a rebalance. So just be still before we gallop. And I love that. And I have, as some of you know, been forced into stillness, which I am so deeply grateful for. My nervous system is just like the most yummy I think it's ever been, probably since I was a little kid. And I didn't realize that I had to rip my ACL out of my leg to do that. Sorry if that's a bit triggering for people, but it was a big injury. It's a long recovery, and I couldn't be more delighted that it happened, which is pretty crazy, but just so many beautiful, beautiful things that have come from this. And if that's how I can flow through my life, that something really massive and challenging happens and I'm just like, yes, bring it on, what am I going to get out of this one? Isn't that the best way to be? So we got a little bit of releasing time, so I thought what we might do is just drop into a little bit of a grounding meditation, just coming into our bodies, starting to feel any of those parts of us that might need a bit of a cleanse and a detox, just using that beautiful energy we have right now just to let it release. So I just invite you all now just to find a really nice comfortable position, and maybe you feel comfortable closing down your eyes. Maybe you would prefer to sit there with a soft gaze. However feels most comfortable to you, you might want to lie down. Just bringing yourself into this space. And just taking a moment just to feel your body. Just feeling the weight of your body, where you're sitting or lying down, your clothes, just touching your skin, the temperature of the room, any sounds that you can hear, and just bringing your attention to your breath, just noticing the in and the out. Just observing, not trying to change it. Maybe you can feel your heart beating. Maybe there's a twinge or an ache in your body. Or maybe your body feels soft and comfortable. Just allowing yourself to feel and observe. Being totally and deeply present with your beautiful, miraculous body. And as you sit here in this beautiful, calm, peaceful state, just begin to ask yourself, what am I holding that is ready to go? And using your body as your guide. Our beautiful bodies that give us so much information, so many messages. Feeling into anything that you can feel in your body, maybe a tingling, an itch. And when you feel something in your body, just acknowledging it. thanking it. Thanking it for bringing it to your attention. And just asking, is this that I'm holding, is it ready to go now? And maybe you visualize it leaving your body. Maybe it's turning into some mist and floating away. Maybe it's turning into fire and burning out of you. Maybe it's trickling like water. And however it wants to leave, and whatever part of your body, just visualize it now flowing into a patch of moonlight. A beautiful, shining, silvery white patch shining down from that full moon. Maybe there's a tinge of red to your patch of moonlight as this blood moon gently beckons you to release what you don't need. And watch as whatever it is that is leaving your body lands in the moonlight. How does it react? Does it begin to dissolve? Does it begin to transform? Does it disappear? Does it turn into light? Just let it leave in the way it wants to, into this eclipse portal. The eclipse will have it, the eclipse will take it, you don't need it anymore. And just repeating inside, I release what I no longer need. I make space for what is aligned. Maybe you want to say that again. I release what I no longer need. I make space for what is aligned. And maybe bring your attention back to your body now. Just feeling into that space that was carrying something before, and just notice. Notice if there are some changes, some softening, maybe some relief. Maybe there's nothing, and that's okay as well, because you've brought awareness to something that does need some attention. And maybe it didn't release now, but it will release later. I just invite you to observe, be gentle with yourself, and know that you are doing the best you can every moment of every day. And now just noticing the weight of your body on your chair. Maybe noticing any sounds, smells. They're starting to come back into the space. Maybe you need to move your fingers, roll your neck from side to side, move your shoulders. And when you're ready, just opening up your eyes. Coming back into this space. Welcome back, everyone. Beautiful. So good to see you all again. And you may wish to journal after this call and just whatever's came up and whatever you were happy to chuck into that Eclipse portal. Maybe it might be a really good opportunity when we jump off just to spend a few moments making a note of that, saying bye bye, don't want you anymore. Okay, I'm going to close this. I have this participant sidebar open purely because I was worried about people coming, but I think you're all here now, so I can see all of your beautiful faces. So, Conscious Women Connect. So a lot of you have seen my face before. You might live under a rock if you haven't, because I certainly put it out there a lot. But what I really wanted to do is just give you a little bit of an overview of how this has all come about. So back in 2020, I wrote an excerpt in my journal, and I won't read you the whole thing. I'll just read you a little bit from it. And it said, "Feeling has become a memory, just a sense of nothing. I used to love to push myself and have so much confidence and faith in myself. Now I feel like a shell, a shadow of my former self, lost in a sea of nothingness." So there are some women on this call who have known me for a long time. And from the outside, they would have said, I had it all. I looked totally like I was across everything. I had my family working, my work working. I had, great friends. I was very capable. I was very reliable, and I was very high functioning. But inside, I was breaking apart. And it was all the way back then that I knew that I had to make some changes because I couldn't hold that mask anymore. It was slipping so much. My family there was a lot of tension in my household coming from me, coming from my behavior, and I knew I had to make a really big change. So what happened next was a bit of a process, and therapy, coaching, training, mentors, tears. But I began to work out those patterns that had been running my life for decades. And as many of you may have been on this journey, I realized I wasn't broken. I was conditioned to be the good girl, the strong one, hold everything together. And I was struggling to receive. I felt guilty receiving. I had really bad boundaries. And I believed if I stopped, everything would fall apart. So that belief started for me right back in childhood. So it was a lot of unraveling that I had to do to understand that strategy I had that was helping me survive was totally disconnecting me from myself. So what I realized, what the most stabilizing force in my life at that time as I went through that huge journey was not the training, the psychologist, anything. It was the women around me, because I had this incredible group of women who walked by my side through that whole journey, who listened without judgment. They called me out if I was playing small, for example. They let me cry without trying to fix me. And they helped me to see the meaning in all the chaos that was happening in my life. And those friendships accelerated my healing so much. And that was the moment that I realized in July 2024, so about 20 months ago, that not every woman has that. And in fact, there are many women who have absolutely no one in their life they feel truly safe with. So this is where Conscious Women Connect was born, because I started to understand. I'd gone on my own journey of training to be a coach and wanting to support women because I had so much lived experience. And we're in this busy, crazy, noisy world. We're juggling families, aging parents, work, finances, expectations, that you name it. There are, most of us walk around with this kind of thoughts in our minds. I don't want to burden anyone. I should be coping. Or things like I don't even know how to make new friends at this stage of life. So loneliness is not just sad, and we can be so lonely and so busy, but loneliness impacts your mental health. In fact, I think it's the number one cause for depression is loneliness. It impacts your physical health. It impacts confidence, decision making. Like it is it is an epidemic in our society. And so for me, I just thought, what if I'm really good and I have a lot of to give? What if I just reached out and see if anyone wanted to come and have a coffee? And there we go. It was one I think I put in the Lennox Head Facebook group, I will be at William Street at 6:30 a.m. if anyone is feeling a little bit disconnected or just wants to chat. And I had one woman turn up that day. And it was the most incredible. It needed to be just one-on-one. She had a big story and she needed my full attention. The next week there were 3, and then there were 6, and then I thought, well, I'm not hitting everyone because not many people want to get up at 6:30 in the morning. So I have the flexibility to be able to do a lunch. So I'll do a lunch every fortnight. And I was very excited because I was walking around going, we've got 300 women have joined. And I was really only touching maybe 8 would turn up for one, and maybe I think we once had 20 come to the lunch, but that was a very, very big amount. So I realized this isn't sustainable for me. I can't grow it just by myself. And so in June last year, I reached out, and part of it was a bit of a shedding from me to go, I'm not holding this anymore. This isn't mine. I'm creating a vision and I can't do this alone. So it was at that point that I reached out and I said, hello, anyone out there feeling like they might want to step into this similar kind of role of hosting, and all you really need to do is just hold a safe space in a cafe. That's it. That's all I was doing at the time. And I was so delighted, so delighted that I think about 6 women at the time reached out and said, hey, that sounds good. I reckon I could do that. So I'm extremely excited to introduce you tonight to some of those women that beautifully held out their hands to walk alongside me, have helped me grow this from, originally I had about 300. Well, we hit 1,000 last week. We started with one host, one person, one coffee. We now have, I believe we have 10 hosts, and we have about 10 meetups, ranging from, I wrote them down, so we've got Ballina, 2 in Lennox, Lismore, actually we've got 3 in Lennox because I run several as well. Gooningary, Alstonville, we've got Cumming, we've got Byron Bay, Bangalore, Evans Head. There's a Ballynudgel one coming in the future as well. I keep talking to people in Mullumbimby, and I'm really hoping that at some point somebody steps up. And we have a future Bangalore one coming, which is really exciting. So what I would love to do now is, you've all heard a lot from me. You've heard how I feel so connected to all of you, how your growth and your ability to find a space that helps you to feel like you belong, that you can walk into a space which feels safe, there's no judgment, that small talk that we all dread, it doesn't exist. I've seen beautiful women kind of tentatively walk in, is this the group? And then they just get these faces turned around filled with joy and smiles. We are so delighted you've come along. Come sit down, and you see this woman you see her nervous system just switch into this held space. And often that woman might end up crying for the entire, I don't know why I'm crying, I don't know what's wrong with me. And and it might be the first time she's actually felt heard and seen in a very, very long time. So that's what these spaces are. And at the moment, they're coffees, they're lunches, they're circles. I will talk a bit more about how much more we want to bring in, and definitely throw to you guys as well to find out what you want, because we're doing this. And I'll talk more about how we can grow this movement too. But before we do that, I would like to invite our beautiful hosts to say a little bit about themselves and their amazing gathering that they currently or will be running. So I'm going to go to Joanne. If you could unmute yourself, my love, and jump on and say hi.
Hello, everybody. Lovely to see everybody's faces and some familiar ones, some very new ones. Hi, Erin, Sally Ann, Marcel, Liga, Alison. Oh my goodness, amazing. And Silver. Some of these are regulars at the Alstonville gathering, which is the one I host. And it's just been amazing. So, first of all, I just want to acknowledge you, Fiona, for creating something magnificent for women. And when you put the call out, I was just like, oh my God, this is what I'm missing because I work online with women. I host circles. I also coach and empower women to step into their feminine selves and create the life they love. By removing those unconscious limiting beliefs and programming that we all carry. So when you put that call out, I'm like, oh, yes, I would love to get off the computer, which I think everybody went to when, the big C hit, and just be present with women and have face to face again. And it's just been beautiful. I've really enjoyed my fortnightly catch ups with. We talk about anything. Oh, and Lucy's here too. Hi, Lucy. And yeah, it's just amazing. And we laugh and yeah, anything comes up and we share a lot. We share a lot of resources, and that's something I wanted to bring to the table, perhaps to discuss. Also, on last Friday, we were talking about like people were talking about resources as far as connecting with um, therapists and people who've had a big impact on their health and their life and different protocols, maybe creating a resource directory so that we could all have access to that. Because I believe that, I've always worked through recommendation and people's, lived experience, and I think this could be really powerful because often we just don't know. We're winging it, aren't we? It's like, well, we'll try this, we'll try that. But if people could have a resource that they could actually connect through a recommendation, I think that would be cool. And also, what came up was not just resources for health, but tradesmen. Often we go, does anyone know a plumber? Does anyone know, and just recommendations. So that's just something I thought I'd share with you as well as maybe an option for our new portal. That will,
Yes.
yes.
Oh my gosh. And keep these ideas coming. They go in here, I promise you, each
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Joanne.
You're
Always,
welcome.
as always, I'm super grateful. Liga, are you able to speak now? Do you want to jump in while you've got a minute?
Yes, perfect timing. Oh, hi everyone. I'm Liga. Um, I don't host any gatherings, but I've been helping Fiona on the back end. I went to my first Conscious Women Connect gathering in April last year, so nearly a year. And I remember feeling instantly, I was like, this is going to be big. I want to get involved. I hope there's some way I can help out because I'm so passionate about getting women together. And before this, I was living in Grafton for 4 years, and I actually created a Clarence Valley women's group. But it wasn't the right space for me at the time, and wasn't really my area either. And I wasn't really meant to hold it all on my own. And so it was really beautiful to come up here. I moved up in November 2024 and to come up and just be welcomed into this space and to have Fiona holding this already. And so, yeah, as soon as she felt the call to say who wants to help, I was, yeah, straight into it. So thank you all for being here tonight, and we're so excited for the expansion and so excited to have you here.
Oh, I'm so grateful for you, Liga. For those of you who don't know, there's a lot that goes on in the background, and it was all me, and it's no longer all me. So thank you. I am deeply grateful for you, Liga.
You're welcome.
So we might throw to Alison. Finding that unmute button. Do you want me to move on while you find your unmute? Okay, we'll go to Lula. You jump in while Alison's finding her unmute button.
Hi, beautiful women. Oh, I'm echoing back at myself. Am I
Is that
echoing
because
to
you're
you
in
as well?
twice? Yes.
Yes.
How
Why is
come-
that happening?
I think because you're in twice.
Because I'm in twice. How do I get out?
I don't know.
It's two of me
Don't
talking at the
ask
same
me.
time.
I'm going to remove one. Okay, I'm
Okay.
removing one. Let's see what happens.
Okay, hello, is that better? That's better.
Okay, I removed you.
Wow, that was some kind of weird kind of portal thing of like multi-dimensional two of me's. Anyway, there's just one
we
of
can
me.
handle two of you.
Good afternoon, beautiful women. Some of you I have met in person, some of you I have met online. I'm the host at Lismore. We've been gathering, I guess, for it's probably about 6 months now, maybe. It goes really quickly. So yeah, Fiona and I had friends in common, and she reached out to me, and it was actually just absolutely perfect timing. It was exactly what I was calling in. And I am a busy mama of two. I'm a Kundalini yoga teacher, a disability support worker. I homeschool one of my little boys. I've got two little boys, 9 and 11. And I'm also an immersive theatre producer. So as you can imagine, I don't have a lot of spare time. So I'm working on a whole bunch of projects, and often it's just me working on the projects, and I'm just missing that beautiful connection with humans and with women. So it was an absolute no-brainer for me to just come on and this space, I love creating events. I've been an event producer for many, many years. It feels like a really natural place to be. And Liga, you just reminded me that when I was in Melbourne before having kids, I used to host a monthly group called Fabulous Ladies Tea Party, where we used to theme our tea parties and get dressed up. I'm all about getting dressed up and fabulousness. I'm really honored to be a part of this group. Thank you for having me. Thank you for trusting me. And I really look forward to more fabulous tea parties and adventures and exciting things in the future. Lovely to meet you all.
Thank you,
Oh.
Tallulah. And Kat just popped in a question, just confirming which meetup. So Tallulah does Lismore, and Joanne
Every
does
second Wednesday.
every second Wednesday, and Joanne does Alstonville every second Friday. It's actually in the same week as yours. Liga doesn't host anything at this stage. Alison, you ready to go?
I am, darling. Yeah. Thank you. I think I've got the sound right now. So I'm very honoured to be part of this, and very much resonate with a whole lot of things that everybody said. And Fiona, Tallulah, you were just saying, the timing is right. The timing's just perfect for me to become a host, and I'll be starting in May this year in Suffolk Park. So I'll be doing a session. We're just holding the space at Jimmy's Coffee Van in Suffolk Park. And then I think I'm going to also run one at the farm. And the one at the farm, I think I might use a theme of creativity, because we're all, as women, that's our natural state. We create. And so there'll be more of that detail about those sort of spaces that I'd like to hold. For me, like you, Fiona, I've been very, very fortunate to be part of a really tight women's network for a lot of my adult life and during my parenting. And I've done many, many personal development modalities over the years. I'm not an active practitioner at the moment, but I've seen a lot of women's stories, and I love being a woman. I love supporting women, and I really, really feel an urge to be in service. And I'm incredibly grateful for my beautiful life. I'm retired, just moved to Suffolk Park. You find me here today in Hobart, where my husband and I are getting our home of 45 years ready for sale. Yeah, I'm kind of jumping on board in the Northern Rivers beautiful environment, and I just want to hold the space for women and bear witness to women's lives. I think a lot of loneliness comes because we just don't have anyone there for us, bearing witness to how it is for us. And I just want to care for people, listen to them, know them, connect with them. So I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to do that. And I really look forward to spending more time with more of you beautiful souls.
Oh, thank you, Alison. And that is why she's hosting, because she's so beautiful. So Alison will be hosting in Suffolk Park and the farm in Byron, and we're still kind of working out exactly dates and days for that, but that will be coming in May. Now, I'm going to Marcel. Are you ready to jump on?
Yes, take me as I am, messy hair, the whole works today with this retrograde and everything. Just showing up totally raw. So I'm Marcel, and I run the beautiful luncheon in Ballina. It's actually this Saturday at 12 o'clock, and I've changed it from the bakery where it was to Hey Lady. So I'm really looking forward to that, because I think it's just a better space to be, like indoor, better variety of some, for food and everything. So I'm really hoping that feels right. But there's no rules, so you can always, move it on somewhere else. I don't know what else to say. I love it. I love like the connection and meeting new people in the local area. So when you go out and about, you run into people and there's familiarity, which I think is really important. So yeah, I want to see it really grow bigger, and maybe like do some other cool things. Doesn't always have to be sitting around drinking coffee, and which is beautiful, but
Yeah.
I'm going to get my little thinking cap on.
I love that. And I think that's what started to come out this year. Very, very quickly as we started to get back into the gatherings, they've shifted. It's almost like women need something a bit deeper now. So that
I
the
agree.
coffees and the lunches are still very, very relevant and very important. But there are women that are asking for more, and there are hosts coming in who are offering different connections, deeper spaces. And on that, I think it's probably perfect if we now hand over to Debbie, who has been doing exactly that.
Hello, everybody. I'm so pleased to be able to see everyone, and I haven't met all of you in person, but I certainly have hold you all in an energetic space, and I just love what everybody's doing. And Fiona, this is so needed. So I remember when I first came to Lennox, and my daughter actually found Fiona's little flyer that she had pinned up. And I thought, finally, I have found a tribe. I have been looking for people for such a long time. I had a lot of online community, but never in person. And to come back to that connection is so incredibly important. So I just love what everybody's doing to really create that connection. But what I want to say is I run a circle together with Sarah on a Monday night called the Nourishing Circle. And it's actually got a bit more structure, and it's about learning something about health, your physical, emotional.
Is that me or is that Debbie? Oh, it's Debbie. Oh, hopefully she'll come back in a sec.
And the design.
Thank you, Mercury. Oh, oh dear. It's not fair, is it? Well, hopefully Debbie gets a better connection and can come back in. While we're waiting for Debbie though, and you can shake your head if you're not keen, but Jo, you're a host in the making. We're having coffee tomorrow to talk about this. You're actually not fully in yet, but I don't know if you wanted to jump in and say hi.
I'll let.
No,
I'm happy to jump. I'm happy to jump in, but if
Debbie's dropped off, so hopefully I'll
okay.
let you know.
Sorry,
when she's back.
I've just come back on.
Yeah.
If I could just,
Yes.
sorry, my line
How did
obviously
you do
dropped
that?
out. Because Susie's staying with me and I used her, I just jumped onto her. So,
That's so
if you
good.
just highlight me, she'll come on.
yep.
That's
If you
amazing.
highlight
This
Susie,
is how we do
you'll be
things. We
able
just
to.
teleport into other people's worlds like that.
Exactly. So I just wanted to say to everybody that this is a beautiful circle that we've created, and it's growing by the day. And often people that we haven't actually seen. I don't know if you guys can see me, but anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yes, we can.
Can you? As long as you can, that's perfect, because I can't see anybody. It's all good. No, don't worry.
Right, okay.
So I just wanted to say it's growing, and if anybody would, wants to put in a topic that you think is going to be important to talk about, that will be absolutely amazing. So again, a little bit of structure, not just getting around and having a cup of tea, which is always valuable. We really wanted to create that deeper therapeutic circle where people can feel safe, held, seen, heard, and understood. And because I come from a therapeutic background, I feel like I'm quite equipped to be holding together with Sarah that energetic space. So, so really grateful to be a part of this and serving women. It totally and utterly expands my heart. So thank you so much, Fiona, and thank you for letting me jump back on before Jo comes on.
No, I actually love that so much that you just
thank you.
crawled across the screen into someone else's. So good.
Yeah, fantastic.
So good.
So thank you.
Ah, beautiful. And thank you, Debbie. Just the quality of women that are not just obviously you guys are hosting and you're amazing, but the quality of women that come along to these gatherings as well. You're just, you make our hearts sing. So thank you. And Jo, again, I didn't want to throw you under the bus, Jo. If you don't want to talk, it's okay.
I'm good to talk. Thank you. I thought you were going to ask me. I was like, is she going to ask me? Yeah. So I would be loving to host a women's circle. It's still in the making at the moment, but as what a lot of the other women have said, I'm just truly grateful for this space and that I've found this space. I have been looking for a conscious women's group for a long time. I've been traveling up to the Gold Coast to meet with women, conscious women, and I didn't realize there was something around here until recently. And so just feeling super grateful. And then when I attended Fiona's event a couple of weeks ago, and finding out that she's the sister of one of my friends, it just felt really beautiful. And then just what you're doing here is just amazing, because and a lot of you have touched on as well, we can feel really lonely, and I've been wanting to bring together a community together where we can just be, where we can gather, where we connect with each other and share our wisdom with each other.
I have a highly sensitive child, and with that sometimes comes loneliness or isolation. And I think there's a lot of families out there that are experiencing the same thing. And to be able to come together in reality and not just online is a really beautiful thing. And it's done so much wonders for me when I've sat in retreat with other women, and the power in that is really beautiful. So it's still developing, but I kind of see, you know, women sharing their wisdom, their modalities together, and what that looks like. Yet I'm still working it out, but it's where we really come together and connect and share our wisdom.
Thank you so much, Jo. Oh, so beautiful. I can't wait to catch up with you tomorrow and find out more. And I do just want to make a mention of Cherie, who also runs a Ballina one, but she does it on a Sunday, so she can't make it tonight. Sarah, who runs the Nourish Circle with Debbie on a Monday night in Lennox Head, she can't be here. She's got her mama here, and so she's prioritizing family. And we also have Jules, who ran one out in Gooningary, and she has, I've just checked in with her, she can't make it tonight, but she's putting another circle on for March in Gooningary, and she ran a beautiful one, I think, at the end of January. Now Bangalore, that's where Jo's looking at hosting, in Bangalore. So in a nutshell, that's kind of what's happening. And what I would love to, I mean, we're only 5 minutes away from 7, so if anyone has to jump off, feel free, but we'll probably go over a little bit, because I did want to talk about the online platform that I'm building in the background. So as this has grown, and as probably a lot of you are realizing, Facebook is making it incredibly challenging to have visibility, to have connection, to be able to communicate very well. There's women on this call who are unable to access our group chat, which is very active and has lots of information in there. But the way that Facebook has set up these new community chats, it's just blocking a bunch of you from even being able to come into that chat. So this all started to get bigger and bigger at the end of last year, and I was like, what am I going to do? This is not working. What if I get hacked on Facebook? Everything's gone. So synchronicity after synchronicity after synchronicity happened, and I ended up investing in a platform that I am building out from scratch. It's brand new, this platform, so the reason I haven't shared it with anyone is they're still building the app that goes with the platform. And as we're on Facebook and we're all used to using an app, like starting to move you all onto something else, which is on a browser in a laptop, for example, or even on a phone, and then getting you to work out again how to download the app, it just doesn't make sense. So, and I'm going at the pace that I stay aligned, which means that I'm listening, and it's not now for this platform, and which is okay. So it's going to be amazing when it comes. We're going to be able to have our own little chats for our Nourish Circle, for the Lennox Head. It's literally like a social media platform where we'll have our own feed, but it will be our feed. There will be no algorithms. There'll be no advertising, sponsorship. If I put a post out, 100% of you will get the notification that it happened, not what Facebook thinks it can tell you. Like, I know when I look at the reach of putting posts out, it's about 10% of actually how many of you see things. So that is coming. And there's a lot of talk in the background with the hosts who are supporting me with all of this. So I hope that we have something really beautiful to share with you in the not too distant future. And my aim is to secure funding for this, because I have invested in this platform. This is so my purpose and my passion, and I don't know how this is going to become abundant, but I know it will, because it's needed and it's what's meant to be. But my aim is to secure funding, because my vision is that we're running retreats, we're running women's festivals, we're running workshops, we're running learning events, we're running circles, and they're all accessible to everyone. So women who cannot afford to go on retreats will be able to be subsidized, because we've got funding. I see this as the new healthcare system, because I facilitate retreats and I see women come in who have health issues, mental health issues, all sorts of things, and they walk out at the end after spending 4 or 5 days in self-love, and they've actually healed parts of their body, they've actually healed a lot of their mental health, their patterns, their behaviors, and off they go, not needing to go back to that doctor again. And it is such an important thing for us, and so many of you on this call and part of this group who are watching online later, you know that we know what we need ourselves, and we don't need to be continually put through the systems that they keep farming us off to. So this is my vision, that somebody out there who has nice deep pockets, who loves a bit of philanthropy, who can see the value, who has a friend who benefited from it once, whatever it is, we will get the money, it will come in, and then this model grows. And this model can be everywhere. I'm like, let's take it and put it in Grafton, let's take it and put it over there, let's take it and put it in Melbourne, Sydney, everywhere. And you know, even as we're moving through this, I've just created a brand new expression of interest for hosts. Like before it was like, let's have a chat. And now it's like, okay, I got 10 hosts. The feminine has been beautiful for the flow and it's been naturally growing, but now I need to put the structure in place. So now I need to bring that masculine in so we create something. And I think this is why this is working so well, because it's being feminine led. And then when the masculine is ready for it, that's when we're bringing it in. And I'm sitting there with women who are going, hey, this has dropped in, what do you think? And I'm like, bingo, amazing, thank you for your intuition, because that's perfect. It was really important to me from the beginning of creating this, and it was something that really sat in me, and I didn't really understand it because everyone was telling me the opposite. I'm like, I don't want this leadership thing. Like, I don't want to be the face. I don't want to be sitting at the front. I don't want to be like this beacon that everyone's like, oh, Fiona this, Fiona that. It just feels so icky and I just can't do it. So all of a sudden I bring on a group of women and I'm like, great, you're just the same as me. You're just the same as me. Help me to do this in this way. And they are like, well, thank you for the vision. Your leadership has helped us to get here, but let's do this together now. So this is a co-collaboration. It's a co-creation. It is women building it for women. And I can, you know, imagine if there were pockets of women all around the world in the places of power building together. I mean, we know how incredible the world would be. So let's start it from here. Our grassroots community, our friends, our family, like everything starts right here. And so, fingers crossed, this is just going to go off this year. And there is actually, I will mention this, which is not very relevant to anyone who, if I keep this recording and pin it up, just ignore this bit if you're coming into the platform in 6 months' time. But I am speaking at the International Women's Day, the View Club luncheon on March the 13th. And it would be amazing to have you there, because I'm going to be talking about this. I'm going to be reaching out and saying, we need support. And if I had Conscious Women Connect Women in the audience, I know there's a couple coming. It just, you know, you guys are just there. So it's at 12 o'clock or 12:30 on the 13th of March at the Lennox Hotel. And they are now offering $15 off for anyone who's a member of Conscious Women Connect. So that's $80 now for the luncheon. And also Pauline Mensah is talking, who's a champion women's surfer that had to deal with being a woman in the surfing world in the kind of 90s and 2000s. It was pretty gnarly, her story. So what I might wind up with is a little bit of Q&A for you all. So if any one of you is feeling a nudge to host in your area, please reach out. I have got a how-to guide. I've now got the expression of interest, which really helps you to think through why you're doing it and what your community needs. You do not have to be perfect or a facilitator or anything. You just need to care about connection, and that's all it is, really. And there's, if you're feeling the nudge, reach out to me or reach out to Liga, because Liga really helps me with this kind of stuff. But I also would love to hear now, and you can drop into the chat, or you can put your hand up and we can have a chat. What is missing? What do you want? Like, are you in an area that doesn't have a meetup? Are you looking for a walking group? Do you desperately need a mums and bubs group? Are you looking for a babysitting circle? Are you looking for, be as creative and honest as you can, because, this is how we grow, and this is how we reach out. And a lot of you will understand as well that what you focus on grows, and when you put an intention out, guess what happens? Often that happens. So if you've been thinking about something, the one thing that has been so awesome about this injury is I ask for everything now, because I've got really good at it. I ask, and they can say no. That doesn't matter anymore. It's not affecting me. I'm just going to ask. So sometimes there is something that you really are leaning into that you so desperately want, and if you put it out there, then we can make it happen. So is there anyone that wants to jump on and share what they think is missing, or looking for something that we don't have? Or any ideas, you can pop in the chat.
Hello, I'm going to jump on.
Hi.
Cool. Hi. I was just writing a little letter because I need to jump off, and I was like, I'll come and say goodbye. You know what? Like I've been homeschooling on and off in the Northern Rivers since before the flood. And I just find like there's so many people that are doing homeschool, but I'm finding it really hard to connect with other like-minded mamas or other kids my child's age. And like you said, the platform will be amazing, because I know that often, like I've been putting out some homeschool stuff on our thread, which doesn't get any, not even like I'm homeschooling or I know other homeschooling people, but it can be really isolating. It is really isolating for us and for my little boy that I really want to meet new people. And there is a homeschooling community, but only a few mamas that I've met, and they're not really like-minded mamas. So it's like, when you have the friends, parents that you don't really want to hang out with, but you want the friends to, you want your kids to be together. So that's something that I'm really in Lismore, I'm starting to try and create that for myself, but around this whole area, like we'd be willing to travel. And I'm also very willing to start things because I'm homeschooling and I'm not working as much because I'm homeschooling. I would love to create activities for even outside of school for kids that are at school. So that's something that I'm like deeply desiring to make happen.
So we've just had something from Amber. Amber, are you interested in potentially being a host in Lismore? Just wanted to clarify that one.
Yeah, hi, thank you. Yes, possibly. Yes.
Ooh, because we did just have a couple of ladies ask about weekends or evenings in Lismore.
Yeah, okay. We could look at, Saturdays or something. Yeah.
I'm going to say goodbye, darlings, because I need to go.
Okay, thank you so much, Tallulah.
Good night. Good night.
Beautiful. Well, Amber, let's chat.
Yes.
I'll just make sure I get your details.
Yes.
Um,
What details do you need?
uh,
Because I have received an email from you,
you have. What's your full name, Amber?
Amber Ali.
Ali. Okay, I probably have you somewhere in the system, so
And
I'll have a look.
and
Yep.
hello, Angelique. I posted that I'm interested in a Lismore weekend or evening
Yeah, lovely.
meetup. So to make it happen,
Mhm.
I can maybe collaborate with Amber or something like that as
Beautiful.
well.
Okay,
Okay.
Angelique, I'm writing you down.
Okay. Angelique, we can get together soon and talk about, details.
Beautiful. I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and I'd just say
Thank you.
initially once a month would probably work for me. I do a few other volunteering things as well, but once a month would be
Mm-hmm.
great to start with.
Wonderful. So I know Mullumbimby is an area where there's a lot of women that have joined this group and they're always looking in that area. So if there's anyone in Mullumbimby who feels like maybe it is just once a month for now, maybe it's just a feeler that they just say, do what I did. I'm just going to turn up and see what happens. I also would love to know anyone's thoughts on the online space because that supports evenings as well if you're not able to make the actual catch-ups. And this is obviously a slightly different format tonight because we're meeting the hosts and there's a lot of talking from me, but we have got we can do one that's a topic. Like we could do people pleasing or limiting beliefs or something that allows us all to come in and do a bit of learning and a bit of sharing and maybe take some practices home. So, what is everybody's thoughts on an online meetup that we do through the group? You can type it if you don't want to speak it.
I think that's a great idea. I host a lot of women's circle online, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. It's a good option if people are working 9 to 5. I think that's perfect. And I just wanted to also mention that we have the networking event coming up, our first for the year in February. Oh, sorry, where are we? March.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, in March, and that's going to be it might be a bit far for the Lismore women, but that will be hosted in the Byron Industrial Estate. So, and someone said to me at the Friday meetup about having nothing to share, and I said, well, it doesn't matter. Just come along and you can learn what other women are doing, get inspired. And it's everybody's welcome. It's not just women in business, but an opportunity for you to meet other women at the same time. So that's on the 22nd, I think, Fiona.
21st,
Saturday
whatever the Saturday. I think it's the 21st.
Hang on, 21st. You're right.
Yeah.
21st of March. So a couple of weeks, 3 Saturdays away. So yeah, just something if you feel like connecting on a weekend, that's an option.
And
as
I just
well.
want to add on to that because I ran one in September, I think back in Lennox Head, and I had the most beautiful woman turn up who sat there honestly and vulnerably saying, I don't have a business. I just wanted to come and feel everyone else's passion and purpose, and it might have inspired something in me. And since then, she's actually sort of potentially looking at maybe hosting a circle. It's like that kind of growth comes from surrounding yourself with other women that are stepping forward into their power, into their strength, who are like, you can do it. And one of the most important things about these networking events is and Joe has already talked about it at the beginning, it's sharing resources. It's actually not just there to go, I want to sell my stuff. It's who's there and who's got the amazing stuff and who would you recommend, and continuing this circle of constant support for each other. Because we all have it all, right? We don't need to go externally anymore because we've got this beautiful community that can guide us. So I love that. And I also would just want to mention Kat, who I'm super grateful is on this call, my beautiful sister-in-law, who also, Joe, this is Kat, whose property you went to. So Joe knows me and my sister, and this is my sister-in-law, and Joe connected with all three of us completely separately and is now enmeshed in the girls. But Kat has said that she would be happy to help out with the one at the farm, Alison.
Oh, great.
So if there is anything that you guys, I can put you two in touch with each other, which would be really lovely. Did you want to jump in, Kat?
Hi, Alison. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Kat.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in the Northern Rivers now for about 5 years. And I love that you're going to be new to the area, so it's nice to have like new bloods. And I'm looking to move to Byron in sort of September, October. So for me, I'd be really keen to get involved with the one in Byron and support you, and even like, you know, take over some and then we could share it.
Fabulous.
So you don't have to do two on your own. And I loved your energy when I met you tonight, and I thought, oh, I want to hang out with that lady more. She seems awesome. So.
I love that. That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
So there was one question here about the Sunday meetup. I think Cherie's running her very first one on Sunday the 22nd, I think. Hang on, I can tell you. Let me look at my calendar. Yes. So she's doing it at Saltbush, which is the Ramada. And it's a 10 a.m. morning tea on Sunday the 22nd of March. So that's the first one. And what we do, which I kind of forgot to say, and most of you are receiving it now, we send out a What's On through the Facebook group and the Messenger, but I'm also now doing it through email because so many people don't see what's happening through the Facebook group. So I do that every Sunday now, and hopefully that's allowing people to see a little bit more of what's actually coming. So yes, Alison, sorry. I jumped in.
Hi, sweetie. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, excellent. So my idea with so there's a beautiful woman called Alicia who was going to co-host with me, and I think she probably will jump back in. And it was her idea actually, and I thought that's fabulous because women are by nature very creative. We just are. It's what we do. We make babies. We make things happen. But my idea for the farm is that so Alicia and I went there one afternoon, and so we actually claimed one of those outdoor seating areas in the paddock, sort of, if you know the farm, there's this sort of, it's kind of like grassy area, and there's animals in the background. You can hear the goats. It's really cool. I thought what I would do is actually just bring a nice tablecloth and put it on that outdoor area, like a picnic area. And then I love the idea of women coming along and bringing whatever project they've got at the moment, a little painting, bit of crocheting, that kind of thing, craft. But also for me, I would actually bring along a piece of poetry, a reading, a piece of information on the nature of creativity and what are we creating in the world. Sort of have a little discussion about what projects we want to do that we have in mind, but also what we want to create for ourselves and those around us and those that we love, and how we want to go about that, and just shoot the breeze on that. It's just a theme of creativity. You could just come and listen to other people's and be stimulated and just enjoy the creative process that we all do. That's my idea.
Nice. I love that. And that's why we get women together, because we start to go, woo, what about this? What about this? What about this? So if there are any other ideas, and Liga and I will probably put our heads together after this and work out kind of where we go from here with some of this new stuff. We'll definitely put people in touch with each other as well, for more hosting and more ideas about what we do, and but still keep the ideas coming through. You can access me through my Facebook directly. You probably you got my email now because I've been sending it out. If you haven't been receiving a What's On email, I will have your email address probably from registering for this, so I can add that in now. But also please let me know if you're not receiving it and you do want to receive it. And that's really it for now. We have jumped over a little bit, so I apologise if anyone is a little weary from this and needs to jump off. But if anyone has any last minute shares, questions, Liga is... Are you saying goodbye?
I'm just saying woo because I saw Joanne talking
We
about
did
the
it. We did our first one. It's always good to get the first one done. And thank you, Joanne. You go put your goats away. It's very important. So last opportunity to jump in, or are we just saying goodbye now? Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a beautiful evening. I hope you sleep okay under the full moon.
Yeah.
And
Bye.
beautiful. Bye. Bye bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye. Thanks, Fiona. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Awesome. That was so good. Oh, I don't want to go.
We did it. We did it. We did it.
I love it.
Oh, hang on. This is all on the recording.
Oh, that's all right. You can cut it out.